Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Randy Chambers with the Louisiana Housing Authority, and today we're going to discuss another loan mitigation option called a partial payment, right? But before we do so, make sure that you click the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I post real estate information like this all the time and you do not want to miss it. So let's get back to our question, right? In the loss mitigation, we talked about that in great details in another video. So I encourage you to find that video called loss mitigation. And what that simply means is that the lender is mitigating their losses, right? So if they go forward and process the whole foreclosure and it goes to the sheriff's sale, and if the house is sold, there's a lot of expensive that's involved. So they want to minimize and mitigate their losses. Now, don't get it wrong. They will not hesitate to foreclosure on you because that property is an asset that was collateral, and just in case that that borrower defaults, right? So they won't hesitate. But if they can mitigate their losses, they can. And one of the options underneath mitigation is called a partial payment. So if you think about a box, right? And the box is loss mitigation, but inside that box you have a forbearance as an option. You have repayment plan as an option. You have, of course, reinstating the loan as an option, right? You have a deed in lieu as an option, a short sale. And so I encourage you to watch those videos. I did a video of what is a short sale, what that process look like. I did a video on forbearance, what is that? And also deed in lieu and repayment plan. So I encourage you to watch those videos as well, because you want to arm yourself with enough knowledge that you can make a strong financial decision for your family. Because going through a foreclosure is very, very painful. I totally understand. But to be able to navigate that foreclosure process, you're going to need that education. That's why I decided to do these video series, to be able to help you, right? So having said that, the partial payment, what is that? Well, inside your mortgage, oftentimes if a person have purchased a property, they may not have put 20% down. And if you put 20% down when you first purchase a home, that means you have no PMI, private mortgage insurance, right? You might be asking, Randy, what is private mortgage insurance, or what is PMI? Well, PMI is an insurance policy that you pay on the behalf of your servicers, your mortgage servicer. So in case that you default, the servicer will tap into that insurance policy and say, hey, listen, the borrower defaulted, they're behind 6 months on the mortgage payment. We just sold the property on a foreclosure and they were short $25,000. We're going to cash in on this insurance policy that you've been paying for, right? Your mortgage servicer, they have not been paying that. You have been paying that. So again, if you put down 20% down, then you don't have, most likely you don't have a PMI or private mortgage insurance policy, right? But if you bought a property for less than 20% down, FHA loan, put 3.5% down, conventional loan, 3% down or 5% down, VA loan, 100% finance, USDA, 100% finance. If you had those type of products, most likely you have a private mortgage insurance policy, or PMI. It'll show up on your monthly statement. So when you look at your monthly statement, you'll have principal, you have interest, you have escrow, and you'll have PMI, and you'll see that. So check out your mortgage statement. Now, having said that, typically it doesn't benefit you. Like I explained, it benefits your mortgage servicer. But sometimes I've seen cases where you can qualify for a partial payment. Again, this is part of loss mitigation, mitigating the loss from the lender. So the lender may allow you to tap into the insurance policy for the payments that's in the arrears. So if you're 6 months behind, 7 months behind, and all the attorney fees are adding up, let's say it's $8,000 to reinstate your loan to bring you back current, right, with all the fees and the back mortgage payments that you owe, then the mortgage lender may allow you to touch bases or reach out or work out a deal with the private mortgage insurer, right? And they would make a partial payment of that $8,000 to reinstate the loan fully, right? So now you don't have to come out of your pocket to reinstate the loan. You're going to be pulling off the insurance policy. Now, the private mortgage insurance, that holder, they are most likely willing to do that because they'd rather pay a reinstatement of $8,000, for our example, than to pay $25,000 plus for the losses that the lender take, right? Because if they took a loss and the property was short $50,000 plus attorney fees, that could easily be $60,000, $75,000 that the private mortgage insurance or even more is going to have to pay out their pocket anyway. But if they could pay $8,000 to you to reinstate your loan, then that's a cheaper way for them, right? That makes sense? I hope that does. But what's happening is that loan, again, is not forgiven. You don't have to make monthly payments to repay that. But what they do is put a lien on the property. And once that property is either sold or refinanced, you're going to have to pay that lien off. So you have to remember, if you do go through that process, there will be a lien on that property. And so when you refinance or sell, you have to make sure you calculate that debt that you have to pay. But again, I've seen that in the past. It works, partial payment. It's not often utilized. A lot of people doesn't know about it. So I hope this information has been helpful to you. My goal is to be able to educate you, to arm you with enough knowledge to be able to prevent, avoid, or stop foreclosure on your property. But if you want to learn more, give my team a call, visit us online. We'll schedule a free foreclosure prevention consultation with you to answer any more questions or concerns that you may have. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day on purpose. Take care.